Chapter 2. Sheeta fought the Corsair swiftly, his blade shining in the light of the now setting sun, as its edge slowly became crimson tint with the spilled blood of his foes. Eventually the trio laid either dead or close to death at his feet, and Sheeta let out a sigh of relief as he put away his blade and said to Shizumi, "Night is coming. May the moonlit tides bring us fortune in the days ahead. Now, as I promised, we are reunited under the moon, and together we shall stay, but not here. Ready a backpack, for we shall leave this land at dawn." Shizumi said in shock, "Leave my home? Why must that be done?" Sheeta sighed and responded in sorrow, "The blackguard Zekios has you in his grasp, one way or another, if you stay here. However, not even he will expect a sunrise flight." Shizumi inquired in despair, "What about my parents? Won't they worry?" Sheeta responded as he began to walk away, "Tell them what I told you. They are smart, so they will know that it must happen. But tell them to inform no one. We can't have Zekios' Corsairs on our tail without first getting resources to take on those cruel pirates." Shizumi lowered her head and said sorrowfully, "I understand. I will be ready." The sun shined with shades of crimson and deep orange as Sheeta watched the sun rise from the horizon. He cracked a smile as he remembered a memory from his childhood, where he and his father would go out every day and watch the sun rise together. However, such a happy memory brought a tear to his eye, which surprised Shizumi as she approached him. She then proceeded to ask, "What is wrong?" Sheeta responded, startled by Shizumi's seemingly sudden appearance, "Oh, nothing, just a fond memory. So are you ready?" Shizumi responded with a nod. "Yes, let us be on our way. By the way, where are we going?" Sheeta said in a serious, calculating voice, "First stop will be the far-off capital city of Kimaka. There we will recruit more in our quest to fight Zekios' forces and save the ports from his tyranny. My contact, my four blood rhyme, can send our message to the Adventurers Guild of Kimaka to make recruiting easier. So that is not a worry. However, once I tell you the plan, things might get rough. Can you just trust me?" Shizumi nodded and said as they started out of the gates, "I trust you with my life, Sheeta. So I hope that your plan works." As the two teenagers traversed the nearby mist-choked wilds, Sheeta heard a distinct cry and spotted a young boy struggling against two heavily dressed men who seemed to be taking him in their direction. Sheeta then yelled at the men, "Who are you and why are you abducting this child?" One of the men replied in shock, "We are mercenaries hired to bring this renegade fool back to his owners." Shizumi interrupted with anger, the very air around her heating up with her fury. That boy obviously ran away from his eternal toil. So under the edict of House Ryuma, I command you to leave him alone. Sheeta then snarled at them as he unsheathed and readied his sword. "Surrender the boy to us or you will suffer the bite of my katana." The men then each pulled out a long sword and began to attack, but were soon proven no match for Sheeta's swordplay. Walking over to the child, who was quivering in shock, Shizumi said softly, "You're safe now. We will not return you to slavery." The child calmed down and said in a soft, innocent voice, clearing his sweat-moistened ginger blonde hair to reveal his deep blue eyes that radiated his inner innocence, "Oh, thank you. My name is Kurama Asamura. I trained secretly in the art of arcane magic, biding my time for the day of my freedom." Sheeta then approached him and inquired, "Wait, brother, is that you? What happened?" Kurama replied in shock that his brother and him had finally been reunited after 2 years in such circumstances. "Yes, Sheeta, it really is me. After your exile at the hands of General Fukaki, there was no one standing in his way of selling the townsfolk as slaves to the nearby tiefling nation for profit. Mother and father resisted and were executed, and I was put to grueling work in the tieflings' camps. However, I escaped, but not without having the leaders send mercenaries to go fetch me. Cheetah was holding back both tears for his murdered parents and burning rage at the foul Fukaki as he roared, "Where is that betrayer? His blood must spill!" Karma chuckled and replied, "Yep, you haven't changed at all. You're still the quiet but zealous brother that I know and love. Out of curiosity, where are you two going?" She then replied in an annoyed tone, "Why do you care, Kurama? It does not matter to you." Kurama then replied slyly, "It does if you wish to take me along, and trust me, I'm useful to whatever you plan to do." She then sighed and explained, "Shizumi here is a noble from the port town on the banks of the Nagika, and I was hired to protect her from the notorious black-nosed Zekios and his Corsair mercenaries. We are heading to Kimaka to gather more forces and resources. On our way we encountered you, and here we are now." Kurama nodded understanding and said eagerly, "Then let us be on our way. I can help. Really. Do not deny me this, big brother." Cheetah chuckled and said he messed up Kurama's hair. "Fine, little brother, you may come. Just please make yourself useful and don't get in my way." Kurama answered with confidence, "Understood. I shall do as I promised. But first we should make haste to our destination before nightfall, as we have wasted already too much time here talking. Luckily I have one swifted transportation scroll, just in case my feet won't take me fast enough. Get ready to get speedy." With a quick chant, Kurama's small hands glowed with bright blue magic, and time seemed to speed up as winds surrounded the trio, blowing them in the direction that they desired, eventually reaching the gates by noon. Kurama then smiled widely and said to an amazed Shita, "See, I told you that I was useful. Now go talk with whoever you need to, for I also need to stock up on materials for my spells. I'll meet you and your girlfriend in the town square in an hour." Shizumi and Shita both blushed in embarrassment and remained speechless from Kurama's words, but Shita eventually focused and led Shizumi to doors of the Adventurers Guild, where his contact was waiting with a thin elf female who greeted the duo. "Hello, my name is Imoka the Blood Knife, and I seem to be your party's scout. Your payment has been prepaid by your friend here, so why don't you just get to explaining exactly what your plan is to do?" She just sighed and answered, "Meet me in the town square in an hour. I'll be brief then."